As the Sabah state election looms, one thing is for sure, it will be one crowded affair. Not only are more parties declaring themselves to be multiracial to cut across the board for votes, Sabah is about to witness the return of some big wigs to the political arena. Wan Eizzul Islam files in a special report on the much-anticipated state election.
Thank you, Sabrina. Unlike the straight fight between Barisan Nasional and Parti Warisan Sabah seen in the previous 15th state election, this time multiple parties and independents are expected to contest in the upcoming snap election. But before that, let's take a look at what's at stake on polling day this September 26. Prior to its dissolution on July 30th, the Sabah State Legislative Assembly has 65 seats, with 60 being elected and another 5 appointed. The Warisan-led bloc, which included Pakatan Harapan, United Progressive Kinabalu Organisation or UPCO, and 4 appointed assemblymen, controlled 45 of the state seats, while the remaining 20 seats belonged to the opposition, made up of Sabah Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, Parti Bersatu Sabah or PBS, Parti Solidariti Tanah Airku or STAR, UMNO, 2 independents and 1 appointed assemblyman. For this state election, a total of 73 state seats are up for grabs, as 13 new seats have been created following a redelineation exercise by the Election Commission (EC) to meet current needs. They are Bengkoka, Darau, Limbahau, Telupit, Lamak, Kukusan, Bandau, Sungai Manila, Segama, Pintasan, Tanjung Keramat, Pantai Dalit and Tulid. These new seats, each within 13 different parliamentary constituencies and spread evenly across the state, will certainly be an interesting factor in the polls. However, it remains to be seen whether they will upset the balance or be advantageous to contesting parties. Now, let's talk about the contenders and some of the possible seats which will be hotly contested in the elections. Based on what we know so far, there's also a high chance of seeing multi-cornered fights all over the state. Warisan President Datuk Seri Muhammad Shafie Apdal, who is leading Warisan Plus, a coalition comprising his party, PH and UPCO, is expected to defend his Senalang seat and may face off with a heavy hitter from PN or its allies, as well as independents looking to split the votes. The Bajau leader previously won the seat against his cousin, Datuk Seri Nasir Sakaran of UMNO, with a 5,301 vote majority, one of the few straight fights in the state election. Sabah BN and UMNO head Datuk Seri Bung Mokhtar Radin has confirmed that he will contest in Lamak, one of the 13 new constituencies. Although he was one of the few who had stayed on with Sabah UMNO during a mass exodus of the party's leaders in December 2018, it might not be an easy battle for Datuk Seri Bung due to some discontent in the party, with him leading the BN campaign in the polls. The Kinabatangan Member of Parliament had previously contested for the Kuamut state seat in the 1994 state election, but lost. Sabah's longest-serving Chief Minister for 15 years, who is also former incumbent Sungai Sibuga Assemblyman Tan Sri Musa Aman, has surprisingly been left out of the list of candidates for this state election. Tan Sri Musa had 2 days ago claimed that he would be contesting in the Sungai Manila seat, one of the 13 new seats in the Libaran parliamentary constituency. Also missing was another Sabah prominent leader, Datuk Seri Abdul Rahman Dahlan. Datuk Seri Bung, in announcing that UMNO will contest 31 seats yesterday, stressed that the candidates were selected from among qualified people and regarded as having the potential to win the seats they are contesting. Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia in Sabah, meanwhile, announced it was contesting 29 seats, with 60% of its candidates would be new faces. Its state chief, Dato' Hajiji Muhammad Noor, said the breakdown is about 19 seats to Bersatu, 8 for Parti Solidariti Tanah Airku or STAR, and 2 for Sabah Progressive Party. Parti Cinta Sabah, led by his younger half-brother and former Foreign Minister Dato Sri Anifa Aman, who left UMNO, is also joining the battle as a third force party. The former four-term Kimanis MP, seen as a moderate and pro-Sabah leader, has confirmed that he will contest in the state election. He will contest in Bongawan, one of the two state seats in the Kimanis parliamentary constituency. Dato Sri Anifa said his party is out to secure victories in all the seats contested to ultimately form a Sabah state government run by Sabahans. About a third of the 73 seats contested are Kadazan Dusun Murud majority seats, which will also see very close battles. Among them is the Tambunan state seat, which was wrestled from PBS stalwart Tan Sri Joseph Perin Kitingan by his younger brother and star president Dato Dr. Jeffrey Kitingan, when both parties were rivals in 2018. Now, observers see this election as a litmus test on the solidarity of the newly established political alliances, especially those involving the peninsula-based parties, as well as gauging their chances of winning in GE15. So, will Warisan-led bloc remain in power, or will UMNO and its alliances wrestle back the state? Will the large number of candidates, including the third force parties and independents, be able to split the votes? What is certain, the political landscape in Sabah is quite dynamic. Unlike their peninsula counterparts, the 1.12 million registered voters in the state have no hesitations to change the state government if needed. One also cannot rule out some surprises after the results of the elections has been announced. Wan Eizzul Islam for 7 Edition.